to varying degrees, both the UK and Ireland have said they won't build a border. How realistic is that?
Well, you have to understand the complexities of Ireland in this matter. There were 3,000 people bombed, murdered, killed during the time of the Troubles in the 60s and 70s. America helped Ireland greatly at that time, as did Europe. And when President Clinton sent over George Mitchell, after 5 years' work, the Good Friday Agreement was signed off and accepted, an internationally binding agreement lodged in the United Nations and so on. So that's got to be preserved in all its entities. We're not having a return to a hard border with customs posts because that brought with it sectarianism previously. So when Britain made this decision, this is one of the issues that had to be looked at. Now, when the Prime Minister says, I want the best deal for Britain, remember there are 26, 27 other countries on the other side of the table, and they want a deal as well. But you can't have a situation where you can have the best of everything. We are currently in the European Union, in the single market, and with a customs union, and a market of 500 million people, and decide to leave those two and expect to be able to do deals all over the world. So until we get past these three first issues, Barnier will not recommend going on to deal with the question of trade. Now, if you were to follow through on what the Prime Minister said there, you're talking about a hard Brexit. This would be catastrophic in many cases. Obviously, in the case of Ireland, as closest to Britain, would be very detrimental indeed. But politics has got to come into play here. And when politicians are faced with deadlines and they're faced with reality of what might happen, things click into place. That's why a transition period is essential. Britain is expected to leave in March of 2019. The talks will not be concluded by then. You need a transition period. This is being talked about. It might have to be much longer than 2 years. And at the end of the day, Article 50 is the one that triggered Britain's request to leave, as they're entitled to do. Article 60 is one that, if it were triggered, would cause problems in Britain politically, but would allow Britain to stay for a further period while all of these many thousands of issues are sorted out.